Hey there, this is Sam from barbershopquest.com, and today I'm at the Wickwick Park in Newark, New Jersey. And what I wanted to talk about is the power of stress. Right? A lot of times when we hear stress, we get to associate negative emotions with stress. Right? Nobody wants stress. But today I want to give you some new perspective on how using stress as a positive emotion to fuel you in life or to fuel you towards success. So particularly I understand myself, but this month I'm having a very, very stressful month. First of all, it's winter. Winter is nice. I love winter. The snow and everything that comes with it. But the snow, winter time is stressful enough. It's very cold. You have to put on big jackets, and it's slippery, especially when you're driving. But in business, I'm having a very stressful time in business because this month, if you follow my other videos, you know that I have a shop. I own a business, and winter time is one of the slowest months for us because people don't like to go out; they like to stay home and be warm. So I'm having a very, very slow month. And then on top of it, last 2 weeks my car broke down on me. Right, I stopped at the light and I turned it on and it wouldn't start. Got to find out the timing belt had come out. And that was very, very stressful. So I'm having a very stressful month. To begin with, and it's January to the beginning of the year. There's no growth without a new experience, and new experiences always comes with stress, right? It's like a package, right? They come together. For instance, I'm a business owner. I have a shop, and I decided to start holding monthly meetings, right? Because I realized that this was important and a good time to catch up on how we're doing and also motivate each other as a team. So I had my first monthly meeting, and oh goodness, it was like worst experience ever because I was so disorganized. I wasn't having a good, clear eye contact with my team. My body was disorganized. It's like you could tell I was saying something, but my body wasn't like in the right place with my my action, my words. And I wasn't really prepared. It was like very stressful. Very stressful. I went through with it, and my second one was better. My second one was a little stressful, but it was better. And then my third one, I realized, oh, this could be this could be fun. This could be fun. Just be just see like a new challenge. Being there with my team, just we having a conversation. Nothing to be stressful about. It should be a challenge and should be a fun thing to do, to have meetings, fun and productive things to do, right? So my mindset begins to change about whole thing, about the whole thing, and also about stress. Also with making these videos, right? I remember the first videos I made, I was so like, I was a little bit stressed, and I was a little bit nervous about making the videos because you feel all these thoughts going to your mind. It's like, oh, am I saying the right things? Am I saying the right way? Or am I wearing the right attire? I mean, is it coming out? Are my points coming out right? You have all these things. And worst case scenario, you think about being judged. It's crazy. Like when you are this, like the whole world is listening to you and watching you and paying attention to every word that comes out of your mouth. And how ridiculous is that, right? So all these things begins to get you a little bit anxious making the video, and a little bit, stressful. If you watch my other video, I talked about seeking discomfort and getting uncomfortable. And this kind of ties into this video because you realize that anytime you find yourself in a new environment or new situation, you're gonna get stressed, right? Or anytime you even voluntarily put yourself in a new situation, you get stressed, right? But really, in reality, you realize that stress and challenges are actually our excitement are like the same physiological reactions. It all based on how you feel about it. It's kind of like when we were kids, right? And when we were kids, I remember there was a tall building in my on the way from school. There was a tall building and it was abandoned, right? So as kids, we would go up there, we climb up to the top. It had all these plants and trees going around, but we wouldn't mind, or we'll go up there excited, climb up the top, and then we'll jump, right? But I remember the first time we went, right? We climbed up there. Those are the guys that took the boys, our friends that took us. They already been there, so they went and they were excited. They went and they jumped, right? And it was my turn, right? And I was like freaked out. I was getting ready to. I was freaked out. I was getting ready to have a heart attack, right? So I was there. I looked at it. I was scared. I looked at the height, but then I was like, everyone's like jump, jump, jump. So now it was scary, but I was stressful. But I was like, bam, I jumped, right? As soon as I jumped, it felt good, and I was like, oh, let's go and try again. So we go again and try again. Same thing with skateboarding. Now I don't skate, right? I don't skateboard or anything. But if you look at this snow, right? People go and skateboard in the snow all the time, right? Imagine they ask you to go and skateboard, or they ask you to go and skateboard. I'll be like, whoa, wait, it's not exciting. Something I want to do, but it's like that moment you'll be like, oh, what if I break my neck? What if I break my leg and twist my leg? What if I'm not ready? And all these things begin to creep into you, and then you feel like, chill, and then but I know for a doubt, I know for a fact, if I go in and try to do it right now, I will like it. I know I might fall down a couple of times, but then eventually as I start getting to it and doing it, I will like get more comfortable with it, and I like it. So it's like it's the same. So how come like the same activity that gets me anxious or gets me a little bit stressed in my head and in myself, over time becomes excitement? It's the same activity, you're doing the same thing, but now it's excitement, because so then what happens? What's the switch? Actually there is no switch. It all depends on how I phrase it, how you phrase the term, right? How you phrase an event, or how you phrase the situation. So note I wanted to add was that if you do step up, right, or if you do find yourself in a stressful situation, or get into a stressful situation in order for you to grow, you need to notice that you have to step up, right? Once you find yourself in that situation, you have to step up or you're fucked, right? And this happened to me because 2 years ago, I was staying with my sister, and she was hosting me, and I felt like I was a man. I felt like I could venture out there and be more independent, being on my own. And also we also had a little bit of misunderstanding. So I decided to move in with a friend, to rent a room together. And this was a very good friend of mine. So we rented out a room, and few months after, about 2 or 3 months after we rented a room, he decided to move out, right? So I was like, oh, so now I was stuck with the rent by myself. At the same time, I was going to school. I was trying to get my associate degree, and I was also working a part-time job. It wasn't bringing enough money in, but it was making enough, to get by. But now I had this bill, right? I had this rent, and also I was also learning to drive. So I was getting ready to take my driver's license, and as soon as I moved in, I decided to go ahead and get my my license. And my friend, my very good friend of mine, who was showing me how to drive, he donated his Volvo to me. It was a green Volvo. I really loved it because my dad had a Volvo, and this was like a green Volvo, so it was like, ride on, But now it was like, wow, I'm fucking stressed. Like everything is on me now, and I have the car bills to pay. I have insurances, car bills to pay, rent. I have to make sure I have food on my back. I have to take care of myself, and it's like all these things, and I was like so stressed out, right? So at that point, I had to look at the situation. I was like, if I don't do anything, or if I sit here and I just complain about the situation or get stressed out about the situation, then it's gonna be ugly, right? It's not gonna be good, So I had to go out there, get another job, that was paying enough, and I was able to sustain myself. Now the rent was a bit, it was kind of like a lot, because at the time I was sharing with my friend, so when he left, it was like a huge bill that was falling on me. But I had to go out and do what I had to do to make sure that I wasn't, you know, in a bad situation, right? So when you get yourself into a stressful situation, you have to make sure that you step up, right? Stepping up meaning finding the solutions to the whole thing that is making you stressed, right? And getting answers, right? Getting comfortable with the situation, whatever is making you stressed, right? So it's kind of like going to school also, right? And I remember when I was a little, anytime I'm getting ready to go move from one grade to another grade, a little bit of excitement because I was like, moving ahead and progressing in life, and I was like, oh, what's it gonna be like? It's gonna be, moving into learning new things and stuff like that. But I was also like freaked out. I was like, oh, this is next level, you know. And I was like, so that's great, because I'm so comfortable. We just get comfortable with where we are, right? So there was a little bit of anxiety with going to the next grade. There was more of excitement, because like, oh, it's gonna be more, and I'm progressing in life, So same thing with new situations, Situations will come from everywhere, right? Those that you don't even plan for, they just come and sweep you off your feet, right? And like, bam, you're on the ground. It's like all these situations you have to deal with. Or I mean, some situations they are challenging. Like when you move forward or make a move, take a step in life, you always encounter new situations because you are in a new environment, dealing in a new situation. So they'll always come about. But the moment get yourself to get more comfortable with the situation, find solutions, and don't see it as a stressful situation, but see it as a challenge. You realize that you get to deal with the situation, you get more comfortable with it, and you get more excited with it once you conquer it, right? So this is Sam from barbershopquest.com, and until next time.